So there was a faulty system called Horizon. The system itself would come back to you at the end of every week. You would do something called a balance. It would spit out discrepancies quite often. Some discrepancies were massively huge. They were not correct. The postmasters or sub-postmasters, they couldn't essentially square the differences. Some of those differences were going up into the hundreds of thousands. That's not an exaggeration. A few people who made it into the documentary, there's one lady, her name is Jess Kaur. She was wrongly accused of stealing money from the post office. It made it into a Punjabi newspaper. The Punjabi newspaper and community found out about it and they essentially chastised her. There was so much behind it, the community just essentially turned on her and made her feel like absolute shit. What's happening, people? Welcome to this week's episode of the Indy and Dr podcast, episode 149. One away from 150. Ooh. You know what's mad, Go? Remember this time last year when we were filming episode 100? Literally this time last year.
Has it been a year since that?
Yeah, and you came to the flat and we did 100.
Well, I remember because it wore a light blue crew top. And I remember the picture, I think Sanj took it, of through the camera.
Yes, and the wives made an appearance.
I was coming to that. So they have requested to come on 150.
I don't think this is going to be possible.
Yeah, logistically not. But we will bring them on. I mean, they're very keen. They're very eager. They've said they've practiced. So if you've not seen what happened when they came on 100, you know, they gave it all the bump. They think podcasting's easy. It's not easy. We make it look easy. Watch when they came on and we said, the camera's on. And they went, hello, I am a woman. This is also a woman. And we are married to the men. And obviously a bit of a oh, we might as well mention that word now. So Indy, what is this word really? And then we'll do the funny version. Hyperbole.
Hyperbole,
which means
adding some mirch masala on top.
Exactly, a bit of masala, right? Now, what does Sanj call it?
I can't remember. What does she call it, Karen?
I don't know what conversation you were having. I think you had actually done some hyperbole and she went, I really thought that word was hyperbole. And I was like, that has to be one of the best things I've heard in my whole life, man. Hyperbole. You know, uchi chakke, hyperbole marke. I mean, it fits the word, right? Because hyperbole is over the top. So hyperbole. And then you said hyperbole. An example of hyperbole is Kulvinder Johal in Johal Boliyan.
That's it.
Ho tera ki lagda? Ho tera ki lagda? You know what that means? Do you know what that means?
No, what does it mean?
He's shouting and he's like, who is this guy to you? Oh, tera ki lagda tera. What is he to you? What rishta? What is the rishta from him to you?
Jesus, I don't even know that.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's really funny. The couple of things I remember from that song are, chama chama chama, oh tera ki lagda, and chhad meri ba mitra. That's what she says, right?
Yes, so let go of my arm.
Right? But there's a dance move that Kulvinder Johal does, yeah. He's like so explosive. He's so explosive when he's on the mic, right? And then he gets his dance move and he's like, when you made the reel, find that clip. And he's smiling. I was like, no, bro, you're such a hard man. And then you come out with,
trying to be soft, man. Whilst giving it a million into the mic.
I reckon he's trying to do one of these.
Yes, he is.
Right? But they didn't teach him and then he started doing a bit of like hula hula.
I don't know what that move is called, you know.
Oh, I have no idea. You know, we don't use it often. No. I found that move is more of a kind of, you know, when you're doing like a bhangra fitness class rather than a pure bhangra class. Yeah, exactly. It's just gentle. It's just Punjab legs with a bit of like.
Karen, have you ever done a music video?
No, I have not actually. No,
I haven't either.
I was offered the chance to do that Brit Asia thing where we could have danced alongside Diljit, and
as was I.
Do you know what I don't know what I said at the time, but you know what my thinking was? I was like,
I know what I said.
Okay, what did you say? Go on, you start first.
I said, no, it's not loyal to the team I'm with. I feel like I'm ditching him.
Right, so you came from a loyalty stance.
I should have ditched him. In hindsight.
I said, because I had this thing also in University of Birmingham, after the Bhangra Showdown, there used to be this kind of dinner dancing where traditionally you do the set. And I never used to do it. And I'm like, Bhangra is about competition. I'm not here for exhibition work. The purest form is competition. And that's the line I took. Now I look back at it and think, wow, we could have met Diljit. So yes. Yeah, that happened.
Just when he was starting to make his little ascension after Back to Basics came out.
Exactly.
Where everyone was dancing to Radio in the back.
Radio. Oh, that mixer. Remember the mixer?
It was just a collab of like... It was just a collaboration of every bhangra dancer from every team across the UK. They're like, let's just get together and do this one set.
That's it, man. Exactly. It's basically that. So yeah, that was hyperbole. It's a new word for you today. Hyperbole. Which one do you like? Kulvinder Johal. Oh, tera ki lagda hai? You know, challenge to everybody listening, right? You remember the happy slap phase, right? So Punjabi happy slap, Punjabi happy slap. Just walk up to someone randomly in the street, like, "Oh, tera ki lagda?"
What, my face? My face? I don't know. What is my face to me? I don't know.
I feel like I'm giving Rai Panasal vibes right now, though.
You actually are, mate. Low key, that guy, man. I can't deal with the shouting over a door. I just think,
how have his vocal cords not gone?
I just think it's excessive over the top acting. And I'm like, Geezer, just take it down a notch. We know this is ridiculous. Like, chill out.
You mean you're saying that's too much hyperbole?
I'm saying it's overacting and it's annoying now. I'm like, bruv, relax. There's no...
So it needs to be a little bit...
creativity in this. It's just, you're just shouting over a door.
No.
And that's it.
How Indy would say, he is uchiing the awaj, isn't he? He's uchiing
Listen, I'm
the
not
awaj.
allowed to say that anymore, am I? Yeah.
You're not. Awaj uchi kar de. Okay? Kardo, pure. Simple.
Oh, there you go. Kardo.
Soft. Kardo. Right. Boom. So, quick one is to round out this Perry-tamer. In the back, guys, let me get my ungly right there. There are two books which I used to have to hide before every podcast until Akam was born. I now leave them there. So if you look back, you'll see...
Do you think people are that keen-eyed?
Yes, there are people. There was somebody the other day who commented on the bedroom, like, I really love the bedroom. I was like, thank you. It's only taken you 100 and so episodes.
That's not a compliment to you. It's a compliment to your wife, but yeah.
Doesn't matter. I'll take it. I funded it. It's all good, right? So those two books there. One's The Rules of Parenting. Very good book. High-level strategy. Not that useful in the first couple of weeks to years, right? More life book. And the one below, it's called The Commando book, which I'm going to recommend to you, Indy, when you need and the time comes. Very practical, written by a general. This is the one I told you about. Lists. How to hold baby. How to wash baby. How to speak to wife when she's shouting at you. Like, it's got everything in there, man. It's just brilliant.
That's genius. I need that.
It's genius.
I need that. Why don't you tell people the name of it? Because there are guys that are going to listen to this and be dads one day. That's a shout out.
I'd have to go and grab it, but it's called something like Commando Dad. Amazon.
Dad. There you go. Done.
Yeah. I was getting it
Not
by
Amazon.
Rajiv.
Not Amazon.
No. Yeah, no. Galte galla. Yeah. No. I watched the program with you. Documentary mein dekh li.
For people that don't understand, type in Amazon, what is it?
Channel
Amazon
4?
scandal on what?
Channel 4, I think it was.
Channel 4 YouTube, it'll come up. It's a 47-minute documentary done by a prankster showing how bad Amazon actually are to their workers. Now, I know you can't use Amazon. You can't not use Amazon for everything. I totally get that. When it comes to books, I've started going to Waterstones instead because I can get like a book free on the 10th purchase. Like all those kind of things. So I'm like, you know what? Kind of prefer that. I support the smaller, bigger corporation, if that's even a thing.
I was going to say, Waterstones is pretty big, mate.
Yeah, smaller, bigger corporation.
The smaller, bigger corporation. On the high street. Support the high street. Yeah,
the high street one, I guess. There you go.
Good job, buddy.
Thank you.
Chalo.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Confessions of Brown. Ho tera ki lagda munde. Yeah.
Very good. Jal, kick me off, Javanna, while you take a swig of your pani, shani.
ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਆਇਆ ਇਸ ਸਾਲ
ਕਿਉਂ
ਮੈਂ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਦਾ every year on the 25th of December Indy it is
Kismet,
right, also known as Christmas, right, and on the 1st of January it is
New Year's Day.
Do you know this?
Yes,
I know this.
Chalo,
my calendar knows this.
Everyone's calendar knows
सारे दुनिया exactly सारे कोने दुनिया दे सारा दुनिया जानदा ठीक है we established everybody knows this, right?
हाँ जी.
So what is the bloody need to send me messages of Happy Christmas and Happy New Year that's clearly forwarded this little emotion thing with little patake patuke, the most Desi thing, and I have to read it from 50 to 100 people. I'm like, why are you sending me this message? I know, menu pata. I need that top again. Menu pata what day it is. I don't need you to tell me. And oh god, I just had so much rage this year. Maybe it's because EK's here and my tolerance for non-important things.
The shit messages is gone.
Shit message. Oh god, I've told you, man. I've never used the archive function in the WhatsApp until now, and I'm like, right, that's it. The quality of your messages is bad. Straight into the archive. You know what I mean?
There you go, man. Fair play. Well, if you think about the image that was sent on to them, the image that's been sent on has clearly not been one that they have downloaded and found. It's just been passed on.
It's forwarded.
They're just passing it on. Why does it say forwarded many times? That's what I want to know.
Why doesn't it say it?
WhatsApp normally says that, forwarded many times.
It does sometimes. Well, I don't know. I've never seen many times. I've seen forwarded.
No, I've seen forwarded many times.
You've seen many
that stops
times?
you from forwarding it to other people too much. You can only send it to one person at a time at that point.
Oh god, and all these people selecting me. I was like, really? I haven't spoken to you in so long, but you want to tell me Happy Christmas and Happy New Year?
If someone types it out, what if they copy and paste the message? Let's go, sir.
Oh, you're saying it's the picture that annoys me. The picture doesn't annoy me. The thing is, I can tell what's a generic message. If you're genuinely, if you send me a voice note or I'm thinking about you this time of year, how's family, that's fine. But I don't want generic messages. Do not want generic messages.
Let's take it a level further. Have you archived any one-to-one conversations with friends?
That's interesting. No, it is interesting. Not yet. At the moment, all the archives are groups. I'm tempted to put some of the podcast groups in there as well, but I haven't because they're important.
Man. What are you doing?
Of course, I'm joking. I'm joking with you. Look, you communicate with me. Everyone else communicates with you.
Would you like a guess in how many groups we are in together on WhatsApp?
Oh, you and me.
It told me the other day, and I was like, I could never get rid of this guy if I wanted to in my life.
It's not more than 20. It's more than 20. You got to give me hot, cold, warm, higher, lower.
I mean, that you have to go above that and below that for me to say high, hot or cold.
Not really. 20, higher or lower, mate.
No, I'm not going to say higher or lower. I'll be like, okay, warm.
25.
Hot.
Colder. No. Inne group is higher. Exactly 25 or 26, 27?
27.
24? Do you know what 27 is Punjabi?
Ki.
No, do you know I'm asking? I don't know.
Hang on.
Go on. 21.
Sora.
Okay, you're on 16, bro. You're really far away.
21, 22, 25, 26, 27.
Oh! Look at you. You got a system. Do it again. Do it again.
21, 22, 25, nee. 21, 22, 25, 27. There you go.
27, 28, 19.
And then it's, what's 30?
T.
There you go, T. And then after that, I'm lost.
Yeah, most people know.
Then it's like, ikati, I think it is, or something like that.
Yeah.
What's 32?
I actually don't know.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm like you. Then I go to 5, so I go 20, it's 35.
Okay.
And then you go to 40, Charlie.
Charlie. Everyone knows Charlie, man.
And then everyone knows Santali as well. That's it. You know Santali?
I don't know Santali.
AK Santali.
Oh, shit. Okay.
47,
okay,
bro. Yeah, that's everyone knows Santali, right? Okay. And then Punjab, which you learned the other day.
Yes.
That video, man, is serving so many people. What's 650? What's 650? You know, me telling the time.
Oh,
the
mate.
It's
working, isn't it?
People loving it.
Yeah, man.
You telling the time.
Who knew,
bro? So, yeah, please, if you want to communicate with me, especially now, like with EK here, it's the first time in a very long time. When I open WhatsApp, I have like 26 conversations. That's never me. Like me, I treat my emails as if they're instant messages. I get an email, bang, you get a reply.
No,
that's me.
I can't do that.
Right?
Do that.
I know, but I'm that guy, right? So now I'm like, I look at the messages, I'm like, this is not worth my time. Stop sending me these bullshit messages. Right? That's not for you though, right?
No, I know. I'm feeling bad for other people.
No. Just give me space, okay? If you really, the thing is, when I am physically with you, I will give you my time and attention. That's how I have to be at the moment, because all my other time and attention is kam karo, ekam shindi. That's it. Podcast.
Bas, no more.
Bas, that's it.
I feel blown away by that, honestly. So you basically gone through the whole, let's just cut down everything as much as I can to the bare basics and the bare needs of life. Is this essential? You're using that matrix you told me about.
Oh, urgent, non-urgent, important, not important.
Yes.
It's very useful.
Yes.
That and the other one for husband and wife relationships is when someone asks you to do something, the follow-up question is that a now job or not a now job?
You know what it is? It's when she says like, Indy, and I'm like, that's never a good sound. That's never a good sound. It's like, I need an answer to a question I'm saying right now.
That's a warning shot.
So it's like, yes, darling. Yeah. What?
Yeah. And then?
Like, and then she says, have you got this address? I'm like, yeah, just give me a sec.
Oh, okay. So
that's holding up the pipeline. But it could vary from that to like, okay, I've cut myself. I need you to help me with the plaster. I'm like, okay, shit, didn't see that.
Okay, so the spectrum is
the spectrum's a bit off. Yeah.
So you might not be the problem in that situation.
No, I'm more there for assistance. However,
yes,
I had this bad habit recently of finishing a toilet roll and throwing it on the floor, and then as I go out, I keep saying to myself, I'm going to put it in the bin because the bin's by the door.
Sorry. Pause. You mean the thing that needs recycling, the empty? Is that what you're on about?
Yeah, the empty,
cardboard,
the empty cardboard. Right. Yeah.
You leave it where? Sorry.
I take it off. I put the new one on. Yeah. I take it off. I throw it at the door because that's where
door
the
of the
bin
bathroom
is. The bin is next to the door. I can't reach it as I'm sitting on the toilet, right?
The door of the bathroom you're on about?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I think I'm going to put it in the bin, but then I get up, wash my hands, and then I just walk out and forget it's there. And then Sanj would be like, Indy. I'm like, yeah. And then I walk in and I'm like, what's happened? And she's like, you were so close. And she points at it and I'm like, oh yeah, I was meant to put that in the bin. Sorry. And then I put it in the bin.
That's interesting, isn't it? Because she could quite easily, she probably has done this, do it herself.
I think she's trying to prove a point.
No, not prove a point. It's like when you teach a child, it's like, I could do it, or I can teach you so you know to do it. It's conditioning.
I think it's more like, be more conscious of the fact you threw this in, you forgot to finish the action that you started. And I'm like,
she needs you to register. Is registering?
Yeah, I can accept that. I think it's working.
Do me a favor, with your arms, bring your arms in like that. Okay, go back. It's a very interesting top you're wearing today.
Why?
It looks like a lady's top. I don't know why.
No, I've had this top for years. Do you want to know when I bought this top and the time I used it was on a Medex shoot about 4 or 5 years ago with you.
Where were we? Birmingham.
We were filming in Birmingham Grand Central. We were doing the walk around Q&A thing.
I remember. And
I've got the picture of me wearing this top. It's just nice. Now I fit into it better than I ever have.
Fit in as in you're filling it out more? Or?
Yeah, I'm filling it out more, mate.
You fill it out more? Yeah, it's a nice neckline,
Thank you, I appreciate it.
It just looks a bit feminine. It's like that, that episode of Michael Scott when he wears like a women's suit by accident.
What happens in that episode? I won't lie.
Oh, you need to wear it. You need to watch it. You need to wear it. You need to watch it.
I think I've watched it, but I've forgotten. I need to rewatch the whole Office again. Sanj has done it. I might start it again one more time.
Okay.
One more time. Coming on to me now?
One more time. Yep.
All right. I don't think kids today are going to understand goodness gracious me.
Oh, is that what that acronym meant on the sheet? I looked at it really quickly.
That's why I didn't write it. Out.
Good one. Good one, lad.
Yeah,
good. Yeah. I was like, GGM, what a weird shit is this guy into, man?
Yeah.
GGM.
Goodness gracious me.
Because honestly, you know what I thought? For some reason, my head went Gushadamal, and I was like, kids don't understand Gushadamal. It's like, he's a bit advanced straw blasters. Oh, God. I was like,
so what happened was, Christmas Day happened. Everything was going nicely with the family. We were all sitting around watching TV, trying to find something that we all want to watch. And my dude
actual Christmas Day.
Yeah. My dude does a little bit drunk, and he's like, let me get the remote. We're like, where's he going? And he goes on to iPlayer, and I'm thinking, where's he going? And he types in goodness gracious me, and I'm thinking, all right, cool. And I watched it, and we're watching it, and we're thinking, oh, this is legendary. Like, so many good memories. The first episode of season 1. It's great.
Which one? Remind me, what is it?
It's got all the...
What's the skip?
Basically, every sketch that you know is iconic is in the first episode. I'll come to this in a second, right?
Okay.
But he put it on, and my niece and nephew are there. They're 7 years old.
Yep.
No, 8. Oh, God, they're 8 years old this year.
All right, bro. You went that far, huh?
No, sorry. They're 8 already. They're going to be 9 years old this year. 20. Sorry, I had a moment.
It's not that big, man.
No, to me it is, because I still remember when they were first born, innit? Huh?
How old am I?
33.
Oh, look at that. Don't forget my age, do you? Sharp.
33.
Bro, yeah. And I'm there doing that thing for you. I misspelled your name. I got your birthday wrong. You're like,
Goran had to fill in some application for me, for this little venture that Goran and me are trying to go on, right? More will be revealed soon if we are successful. But this guy said, yeah, I'm filling it in. And he said, how do you spell your name? Is it this way, this way? I'm like, you know how to spell my fucking name. And then he said, your date of birth is the 9th of the 1st. And then he didn't fill in the year. And I'm like, geezer, that's not even my birth. What? Who are you?
Yeah, that's what he said, yeah. I didn't fill in the year because I actually didn't know the year. I was like, I've got this and this right. He'll give me the year. And you were like, this is all wrong. I was like, oh, yeah, buddy. Yeah, good friend. Best friend. Good. Yeah,
Idiot.
Yeah. I was thrown by your... because the thing is, I call you Inderveer and Indy, but obviously I never have to write your name out. So I'm just like, oh, I've never had to do this. Like, oh, where does the E go? Is it an I? I sat there. You know, and I was like, type. I was like, and I thought I'd just ask you. So yeah.
There you go.
I know it's for Jagga. I know it's for Jagga. You know, I was ready with Jagga.
Yeah, Jagga's the nickname. Yeah.
The nickname. Fine. So
goodness
GGM.
gracious me, I'm watching it with the kids and they're not laughing at anything. And I'm thinking, man, this doesn't resonate with you because you have parents that are second gen. So they've been through the first gen experience that goodness gracious me is relating to. So therefore, your daughter Ekam, for example, may not understand it. She might do, but I don't think she will as much as we understood it with our parents and our friends around us.
Okay, I mean, are they old enough to appreciate this? The 8 is quite young, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm not judging it right then and there, but even in 10 years' time, I could show it to them and they'll be like, I don't get it.
Don't get the reference. Yeah. Let me think about that. Because when I think about the skits, I found them funny, but not because I looked at them and went, that's like my parents.
No, I found some of them relatable to parents, community, everything.
Community, definitely. Yeah.
You don't get those two guys like in it. You don't get those guys anymore in that way. Rasmalai, you don't get that anymore.
You don't, yeah. You definitely get the Charlotte and Dennis Cooper. They're definitely people.
Yes, okay, that will last the test of time. That will carry Fair. Over. I see that one. But going through in English and stuff, I don't think they'll get. But that was the iconic sketch from the first episode.
Oh, bread rolls.
That's from the first episode. And
it's that one, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, what's the blandest thing on the menu? Yeah.
Or that guy who keeps saying check please. All his funny ones are in the first episode. Not all of them, but a lot of them are in the first episode. And I thought, okay, interesting. So what I noticed with goodness gracious me also is that they packed all of their good episodes in the first, all their good sketches in the first couple episodes, and the ones after were a bit tepid. Yeah, so my brother pointed that out to me. He said, have you noticed this? And I thought, oh shit, you're right. You know, I never clocked that.
Because it's a pilot, isn't it? You want funding, you want backing, you want to carry on the show.
Yeah, but even the following season, I think, had the same problem. I think there was only 2 seasons, and the second season had a really good first episode, and after that, it just started tapering a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, some of the comedy was, I'd say, a bit more advanced. There was the haha stuff, and then there was bits about, I can't remember the actual bit, but I think it's Mir Sayal. She's in black and white, and she's talking about basically something like basically talking about within British colonized India, and she's like, yes, we were beaten up, and they put this shoe on my face, and then she'd be like, marvelous days. Yeah. Like this, and then but that's quite advanced, and like compared to some of the other stuff, which is like one of my favorite sketches was Mr. Panasar.
Tell me more.
So Kodak goes around his house interviewing. He's like, we're at Mr. Panasar's house here, and they're in the garden, and he's showing them how he plants the seeds. He's like, right, and he's doing that, and then
is this the car one as well?
Yeah, Sanjay,
no, come here, no. And he says, let me go to the car, and he stops the wife from walking first.
He goes, hup. Yeah. And then the Gora sees it, and then he's like, coffees. And then there's a bit in the car when they're like, so it's Nina Vadia, and she's like, so in the event of emergency, the glove compartment opens and we all pray to Vaheguru.
And he says, Vaheguru ji ka sara, Vaheguru ji ki fateh.
Vaheguru ji ka khatha, Vaheguru ji ki fateh. And he doesn't even move his mouth, and he's wearing a tati. Yeah. It's so gangster, man.
It's mad.
And then they have the opposite, the other one where they have they go to, it's like an expose one, and Kulvinder Johal is like a Muslim guy, and he goes, is it true that when your daughter wants to go out with her friends like a normal girl in the UK to the cinema, that you don't allow her and you lock her in the basement and she's going to marry her cousin that she hasn't seen from Pakistan. And then they're like, no. And they keep doing no. And then he tells me, he goes, is this going to be on TV? And he pulls off his belt and he goes, he goes, you want me to hit her? Hit her? So good. You got man, you got cup. You put tea on cup of tea. You put pug on man, sick.
Now, that sketch is in the first episode.
Is it?
So this first episode has so many good sketches in it. You're thinking, whoa, you really front-loaded this.
Yeah.
Because they did that for Sikhs, Muslims and Hindus in the first episode.
Yeah. No beef.
Yes.
No beef.
And that thing you do with your hands, very bad.
Very bad.
Yeah.
Very bad.
So there you go.
But they
it's
had,
like...
there's a bit they did, Indy. Again, appreciate it now, where they did a skit about coming out as an Asian person. Like, that was really ahead of its time, man.
Ooh,
no one was talking about
I need
that.
to rewatch that, actually.
So Sanjeev Bhaskar's the dad, and Kulvinder comes in with
with gay, him and the white guy. Yeah, and
yeah, no, but he goes,
at the end, the mum slaps him and says, "You couldn't find a good Indian boy." That one.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember.
But the dad, that's so advanced. That was really good. Like they were, talking about stuff like that, and it's a great show. It's a great show. And again, it's for a lot of these things. Had they existed now in the world of social media, a lot of this stuff would have popped, man.
What's funny is, goodness gracious me, they did the whole brown guy with a white guy kind of thing. I feel like, and this is a hot take coming up on the spot right now.
Go.
Eastenders saw it and copied it with Christian and Dennis. Sorry, what's his name? Christian and Syed.
Syed, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, okay, yeah.
I feel like they just straight copied and pasted it. They're like, there you go, that'll do. And funny enough, Sanj just got a story about this that she tells me about often. She said, my dad doesn't like me watching EastEnders. Like, I remember way back.
Because of that?
Because she was begging him to watch it for this one evening.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, fine.
Syed's wedding?
Yeah. It wasn't even that. I think it was just like those two were like gonna have a kiss or something on screen. And it was all hyped up. And she forgot it was this episode, turns it on. The kiss is about to happen. Her dad grabs the remote, is like, gandhi, and then turns it off.
I actually have a similar story for that exact moment. I think I've told this part of this story. This is a friend's dad who casually will use PC, swear word, right?
Yeah.
Like he'll be talking burnt your dishwasher. Like,
it still gets me. You told this story.
Yeah. I've told it, like just randomly, no gussa or anything, just casually drops it, right? But same guy, when that happened, he goes. So my friend goes, his eyes went. He did the head breath in. You fucking bastard! He's got so angry at the TV. He's like, bastard, ki karta? He's just so angry.
The level of aggression I don't understand. I'm like, uncle, it's not happened to your family member. It's okay. It's all right. And even if it does, it's not the end of the world, big man. It's cool. Don't worry.
No, it's very true. It's very true. Exactly that, man. So yeah, man. GGM, man. GGM.
Great times. Good show. But people, tell me if you think...
Bhangra, man.
Yeah. Tell me if you think the same, man. Tell us in the comments, because I feel like I have to give my kids a little bit of trauma to help them understand things. Throw back to last week's episode where we said, kids need a little bit of trauma. I think they do. I feel like life is going to be too easy for them. They need to keep the Desi habits. The trauma of the 90s a little bit. Just with nicer cars and heating on. But yeah.
And guys, please shout out your favorite clip. I actually got to see Indervir live at uni, and he did like a whole show not related to Goodness Gracious Me. And then at the end, he goes, right, shout out whatever you want me to do, and I'll do it. Wow. And you know that classic, yoo-hoo! Oh, Sarjeeta! Yeah. So good, man. He did it. I was like, this guy's a legend, man. So yeah,
what
shout out your favorite
as
clip.
well is if you tell us which ones you like, we can do a reaction video to it.
Yes.
Check that out.
Yes.
That could work.
Gotham, Batman in Gotham.
Ding.
So good, man. It's so good.
So good.
So
all right,
good, man.
Next segment. People, you've probably seen the title of this episode. I'm not going to do the introduction because this is actually a little bit different. This isn't a Hanji Baji kind of moment. This is quite a somber, deep moment. So, let's kick it off. Karan, have you seen what's happened in the Horizon scandal with the post office?
So I haven't seen the documentary, but I have I have seen the Twitter post, and we've had a conversation. This is
dark.
Yeah, this is dark. That's the word. It's dark and deep, and I didn't realize how prevalent this issue was.
Let's give people some backstory, because we do have listeners that are international, right? So the post office are correct me if I'm wrong, Goran, they are a branch of the Royal Mail. Is that correct?
I don't know. Sounds right.
They're kind of publicly funded, I'd say. Okay. I mean, shit, I could be very wrong with this. You know what? Let's get the facts right. Is
my podcast really good?
Owned by the government. The post office is owned by the Crown. There you go, the government. So the post office is owned by the government. Now, they handle all of our parcels, not all of them, but the majority are sent through Royal Mail, the post office.
Yep.
Now, what's happened is there was a scandal recently. Not recently, it happened many years ago. It's come to light. It was settled, but now it's resurfaced because of a TV show that came out. The TV show is a docuseries based on a true story of a postmaster who was wrongly accused of stealing money from the post office due to faulty software. The faulty software is called Horizon. Now, the reason why we're picking this up is because this actually affected a lot of immigrants, a lot of Desi people, black people, Asian people. And this is important because it actually impacted me and my family. But we'll come to that in a second. Let's give people a breakdown of what happened. So there was a faulty system called Horizon. The system itself would come back to you at the end of every week. You would do something called a balance, which is where you would balance all your accounts with incomings and outgoings, cash taken, how much you put through in the system, and how much you need to have in your holdings. It would spit out discrepancies quite often. Some discrepancies were massively huge. They were just massively off. They were not correct. And people...
The ginormous one.
Yeah, ginormous, some would say. And you couldn't... The post office branch owners, essentially, they're called postmasters. The postmasters or sub-postmasters couldn't essentially square the differences. Some of those differences were going up into the hundreds of thousands. That's not an exaggeration. And a few people who made it into the documentary, there's one lady, her name is Jess Kaur. She became so traumatized by what happened to her. She was wrongly accused of stealing money from the post office. It made it into a Punjabi newspaper. The Punjabi newspaper and community found out about it, and they essentially chastised her for everything that happened. To the point where people came in, spat on her post office floor, accused her of stealing, because stealing to Desi people is a horrible thing. I mean, it is for most communities, but for us, it's one of the lowest of the lowest thing that you can do.
Lowest of the low.
And because we were trying to establish ourselves as a good, upstanding member of the community, or a member of being over here in the UK, trying to keep a clean reputation, I guess you can say, there was so much behind it. The community just essentially turned on her and made her feel like absolute shit. She tried to take her life, and she had to go through something called electric shock therapy. Is that correct, Goran?
ECT, yeah. So the full term is ECT, electroconvulsive therapy.
And why do people do it?
If you've seen Beautiful Mind, Russell Crowe, they show it in there. I actually, as part of my psychiatric training, I had to be the doctor there when it happened. It's quite something. You know, it literally is. So we actually don't know to this day how it works. So, for example, I don't know what this lady's obviously indication was, but the case that I saw, if somebody has severe psychotic depression, which is resistant to medications, you've escalated all the medications, someone's still having intrusive thoughts or thinking about harming themselves or hearing voices, whatever it might be, then ECT in those people has shown some benefit. We think, like, kind of the logical thinking is basically you're scrambling the circuits a bit with the shock therapy and doing like a reset. Think of it like that. Computer hard reset.
Yeah.
That's the way we kind of think about the analogy. We don't know how it works, but it seems to work, has a good kind of hit rate. But it's not a small thing. That's the point. It's not a small thing. Like, you're sedated and you're shocked. And like she said in the thing that, you know, she obviously, one of the side effects is your memory's affected.
Correct.
And she doesn't know which memories are real.
So she's lost all of her childhood memories, which is heartbreaking.
Yeah.
That's what she said in the clip.
I don't know. Is that what she said?
That's what she
okay,
said in the clip.
fine, yeah.
So she went on to Good Morning Britain, and she spoke about this quite openly. But you could tell that she was really uncomfortable being there. It's a tough story still for some people. I mean, you've been wrongly accused. Some were thrown in jail. Some there's this one horrible story of a woman who was pregnant, thrown in jail, and she gave birth to her child in jail, and she was wrongly accused. So it gets dark really quickly, and it's incredibly heartbreaking hearing some of the stories that happen to people. Now, there's new public outrage that's come out about this because of the documentary that ITV conducted. I think it's called, is it Mr. Bates versus the Post Office? And we just find the names, people can watch it.
It's definitely Mr. Bates.
Mr. Bates versus the Post Office. There you go. So have a watch of that, people. It is a hard watch. You might want like a trigger warning or something for it, because for some people it is too hard to watch. For me, if I knew things were going to work out badly for my parents, I probably couldn't watch it. But I need to watch it to get a better understanding of fully how bad it went. Now, I called my parents earlier and I said, Mum, Dad, you guys never told me about this. I only found out about it because I had to submit a shortfall claim, because when this was announced that the scandal would happen, they were accepting claims for postmasters to go through and say, hey, we got fucked by your system, basically, give us some compensation. I submitted my dad's one a few years ago. I didn't hear anything back. And he got paid out but didn't tell me. Then I got an email come through last week saying, we're going to pay you the tax owed on the compensation back as well. So I called him saying, did you get paid for the first one? He said, yeah, I got paid for it. I said, why didn't you say? He said, oh, I just didn't think it was important. I was like, thanks, Dad. That's really nice to hear. Yeah, exactly. You did the work for me and it's fine, right? So that's my dad, yeah. And when I heard these massive amounts being thrown about, like some people were accused of losing £200,000 and they were thinking, I don't have £200,000 at all. And some people did granted, steal money out of the tills in the post office, because it's very easy. You can just take money, put it in your pocket, and that's it. That's why the balancing system was so important to do. So when Horizon, the website or system, I guess you could say, when the software was
accounting software
that badly, it wasn't even an accounting software. I wouldn't even give it that much of an appraisal. It was just a checks and balance system that was really off. Because whenever you put a transaction through, I remember the screens, it was like a touch screen, right? Because I'd seen my dad in the post office using it. And it was a touch screen impact where you touch a few things and then it would just go through and it would tell you at the end of the week, you print off all your balances. It would say you need to have this much in cash. You need to have this much in receipts. And this is what's in flux or whatever. And then you have differences at the end of it and you have to balance those differences. Either you've given out too much Berser or you've stolen Berser. That's the impact of what it's saying. But either way, if you've given out too much or whatever, you have to pay the difference. Now, when it came to my parents, I said, Mum, Dad, be honest, how much have you paid into this over the years? They said it happened to them over the course of 7 years, and they paid roughly in the region of about 10 grand. That was 10 grand in the 90s. So that was a hell of a lot of money compared to now. And I thought,
no one had Kulibers.
I thought, geez, okay. And we only got lucky in the sense that my mum had the pharmacy and my dad had his salary. My mum had her earnings from the pharmacy to kind of square it all wherever possible. But I said, Dad, tell me the maximum amounts of differences you would have each week. They said some weeks it would say it was out by 2 grand. And I said, so hang on, it thinks you've stolen 2 grand each week. She said, yeah, that happened a couple of times. And I thought that's incredible.
When this was happening, there's a couple of questions from me. Like, when they were prosecuting, were they looking? Because there would be an investigation, surely.
So some people were prosecuted and some weren't. For example,
but the ones that were,
the problem with the prosecution system, and this is where it gets really bad. The post office can actually prosecute you themselves. So let me just find this breakdown. It says it here. Here you go. Rishi Sunak said on Sunday the ministers were considering plans to exonerate post office operators whose lives have been ruined. The Prime Minister also confirmed that the Justice Secretary, Alex Chalk, could strip the post office of its private prosecution powers. So essentially, the post office could privately prosecute people and then that's it. It's done. What they say kind of goes, I think. Behind
closed doors, yeah. So rather than like an objective kind of way of doing it. Because surely there has to be evidence. And I don't know how... I don't know if at the time, this is probably also part of the problem, probably.
Yeah.
That if it happened to you, unless you had, other mates who ran a post office, like, you wouldn't know you wouldn't ask them, like, oh, did I be here? Like, you just think, oh shit, what have I done wrong? That kind of thing. You would think
that, right?
In the boat.
But apparently the post office has the power to investigate and prosecute without the need for police involvement. And they, to this day, have still continued to defend itself against accusations and press reports highlighting the problems with the IT system, which was developed by Japan's Fujitsu and is included in the legal means. So this is where it gets really swirly, I guess you could say. It's not clear because how can you give someone archaic powers like that that's above the justice system?
Yeah, exactly, man. And now you're saying obviously it's clear, or it came out before, that there was an issue with the system, and you gotta where's the accountability?
They need to accept accountability for it, and they're still trying to fight back, saying it wasn't entirely our fault, and they're trying to essentially accept that the blame isn't theirs, it's shared or whatever.
No liability.
And there's some
with who?
Well, now at the very end of the article, it said that they've reached out to the government to try and help them pay off these people.
There you go.
Which is where it just gets ridiculous, man. Because it says here, in the meantime, the post office still uses the Horizon system. What the fuck are you doing? The loss-making post office has asked the government for £252 million of funding to keep it afloat, including money to cover the cost of updating the controversial system, which still uses the support from developers of Fujitsu.
So they asked for £250 million to pay out for payouts.
No, £250 million to sustain them, not even for payouts.
Oh my god!
The government itself have come out and said we will try and pay people up to £600,000 per claim for those that were convicted, not those that were investigated and then they had their conviction withdrawn or whatever. There's some people who have actually gone through the appeals process and their convictions have been upheld. And you're thinking, hang on, how has it been upheld? That's not right, because it's been proven that the system was wrong. Under what grounds can you uphold the original convictions against them?
Unless there were generally some dodgy people.
Maybe.
There's definitely got to be some dodgy people. I mean, clearly it's a fault system, but I reckon there were people doing some, put on it. And I presume because it's government owned, think of it like a franchise. For example, when your mum and dad had the post office, they couldn't use their own software. It had to be this.
Yeah, it had to be. Dude, I'm telling you, it was this old system. I remember it so clearly because I used to live above the pharmacy post office, right? So I go downstairs and see my parents in summer holidays and just see what they were doing and walk around.
Oh, was it? Do you have a combi? Was it a combi?
Yeah. So we had the post office and the pharmacy in the same building. And I said to my mum and dad, why did you agree to take the post office on? And mum said, well, she was moving into the area anyway with dad. And the post office in the area was closing down. So they just chose to absorb it because it made business sense. Now, for other shop owners, if you're a shopkeeper and you're an immigrant, it's an easy way to make quick money because you are leveling yourself up in terms of services provided. And the salary you were on was apparently 35 to 45 grand, which is big back then, really big money, right? So it's a good living.
Bro, there's people that don't make that now.
I know, and it's a good living. So I thought, oh shit, okay, cool. So I understand why less educated people came to the UK and just took that on as a job because they're thinking, all I've got to do is do the numbers and I should be okay. I can do numbers, like that's fine. Yeah. And there's some speculation that this was based around a little bit of hinted racism where they were assuming that Indians were just bad business people and they couldn't do the numbers properly. There was also inherent racism attached to black people as well, where they were calling them names in the investigation, and the reports were released under the Freedom of Information Act. They released all the comments that auditors were writing down about them. It's absolutely horrible.
Okay, look, if nothing else, Indians are good at maths. Like, come on,
man. It's our
everybody knows
forte.
We invented the number zero. Boss. Okay, like, come on. Now, but on the other side, if there's anybody who's gonna
fiddle with the numbers,
do a bit of the kind of like cash it out. There's that as well, right? So I can see don't know passe, don't know passe, eda hunda. So, but
I sat there and thought that shit. If my parents didn't have the pharmacy, they would have been fucked. Yeah. Because my dad couldn't have squared those differences on his own and provide for us. If my mum was just a stay-at-home mum, finished. Completely finished.
Shall I go one step further? Of course. Had they not had the pharmacy, Jagga here would not have gone to private school.
Very true.
He wouldn't have had the shorts accident. He wouldn't have been the milkman. He would not have met the Gauri. What could have happened? Who knows?
I might not have been here with you. Who knows?
Who knows?
Thank you for that. Thank you.
There you go. Rounded all out
Round
there.
it all out there. But yeah, man. Then it made me think, why don't parents tell you these things that happened to them way back in the past? I had to fully pry it out of my parents because I did the shortfall claim and I spoke to my siblings and I said, what do you guys think about it? And they were telling me they remember days where like my dad was sitting downstairs trying to do the maths and the numbers, and he closed the post office early on a Wednesday at like 3 o'clock to do the thing called the balance, which is the weekly accounting to make sure the numbers match up. Okay. And he was in there for hours trying to make it align, and he couldn't make it match.
Couldn't make sense because it didn't make sense.
Right. And I spoke to my dad earlier, and I also said, when did this stop? He said about 2007 time it stopped, but he also had another guy come through who had a post office branch, sold his branch, came in, and they started doing a dual accounting system where they started having their own book and their own checks and balances
to check
everything that was happening each week. And they were checking it and disputing all of it through the actual numbers.
See, exactly.
That's how you got evidence, right? Yeah, but people
do
don't think like that normally.
No, and why would you need to? This is the system. Use the system. Exactly. Unless you've got a reason to doubt something. Or unless you're me and, you think contingency and you have a backup for your backup.
Yeah.
If Indy's son suddenly disappears, Sanj comes on the podcast. Like, I know what's going to happen. There's no problem.
It's like
Sanj, get ready, okay? It's definitely not like we've been on a podcast.
Yeah. So when I was asking Dad about it a little bit more, I said, Dad, tell me about how you dealt with like all of these problems. He said, look, me and your mum just squared the differences. That's it. There was nothing else that we could do. I said, what about the mental anguish? And Mum said, you don't really tend to think about those things. You can't put a number on that. And I said, well, how did you log the claim? Because when we logged the claim, it said provide evidence. Now, here's where it gets bad, Garan. The evidence that we wanted to provide couldn't be given because the post office took all the paperwork when we sold the post office on. So they took all the paperwork, checks, balances, the procedure, the system. They took it all.
Is that normal?
I think so.
As in, like a logbook, it just goes to the next person?
No, I don't know. It just gets taken away, all the system. Even the checks that my parents used to pay the post office back with the money, the checkbook was taken from them. Because if they kept that checkbook, they could prove the money was paid as a difference, and then you could pay them that difference plus inflation plus interest. But they didn't even get that opportunity.
Get rid of the evidence. That's right.
What happened,
That's what happened, man.
This has been branded the biggest scandal. Sorry, the biggest. Let me find the exact phrase so I don't get this wrong. There you go. Biggest. Hang on. UK justice. Where is it? I saw a phrase for it earlier and I thought, this is mad. Control F. Justice.
Command F.
Here we go. The scandal is frequently described as the most widespread miscarriage of justice in UK history.
Damn, son. UK history, that's...
When I was speaking to other people out there, I'm sure everyone knows someone who had a parent, whether it was like a friend of a friend who was a parent, who was a postmaster, that probably had to deal with this, maybe on a lower level. But I'm thinking, how did the numbers get so high to 200,000 or whatever? Maybe it was done by number of transactions that ran through the post office each week. And if you had a high footfall post office, you were getting shafted more and more because the differences were just accumulating higher and higher.
Yeah, I mean, that's enough to give anyone like genuine stress, man.
Genuine stress, weight loss, trying to take your life.
Yeah. As an out, and look at your parents, man. Just like they just kind of dealt with it. It was like, right, you need to deal with it. Got 3 kids. Fair play, man. That generation, man, dealt with shit.
Yeah, but some couldn't, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, look, if you wake up tomorrow and we got a 200 grand bill.
The fuck are you going to do?
OnlyFans. That's what we're doing, you and me.
Mate, even OnlyFans ain't even going to cut that, man.
200k? You get your toes out. That's it. There's some people with some fetish for your toes.
Mate, 200k, ridiculous, man.
Mate, listen, you do a little display of foot movement.
Hang on. If somebody actually came to you tomorrow and said, you owe me 200k, what do you do?
You set up a payment plan.
Let me Klarna you, big man. Right? Let me Klarna you.
Klarna. Yeah.
Buy now, pay later.
Indy, you do a off the board deal,
mate.
Never listen. That's how you start. Indy. It's not about the money, is it? It's never about the money. It's not what you want. Tell me what you really want.
It's about the money.
They're like, come on.
It's about the money.
Who needs something in your family? Come on, we can do something here.
For
There's an
200
exchange of
grand.
value here. There's an exchange of value here, right? I'll take Indy. I'll take Indy away from you.
You're not NLPing your way out of this, mate. That's it, boss. They're like, give me the money, bam.
There's a deal to be made.
Punch in the face,
There's a
bam.
deal to be made.
Give me the money, bam.
There's a deal to be made. When the podcast is famous and we're in the 7-figure range, how about a percentage? How about some equity in the future?
You're going to give someone future equity, something that doesn't exist today. Do you know how dumb that is? On Dragon's Den, someone tried to go on and get them to sponsor F1 racer. Do you remember? And they were like, hey, hey,
sounds funny.
We have a kid who's doing really well as a prospect for Formula One. And they're like, okay, how much is he making? Well, nothing yet. And the guy said, okay.
But he will.
So he won 250 grand or whatever it is. Said, yeah. Okay. And he said, so what's 0% of 250K? 0. Yeah, I'm out. And I just thought, yeah, there you go.
For that reason, I won't be investing today. And by the way, I'm out. It's so funny. Sometimes they say it and the person's like, still like, by the way, I'm not investing means I'm out. And then, but then, until they say, I'm out, they're like, oh.
That's all editing. That's all editing. I'm sure they know.
It's so funny, man. Then look to the next person. Sara jor merte hona. I like what you're about. I think this is really good. I think you'll go far.
But not with me.
Not for me. It's not for me. It's not for me.
I'm out.
If you're on that, who would be your kind of any season Dragons Den, any dragon? Who do you think you'd have like the connection with? Like this guy's gonna.
I don't fucking like any of them. I'll be honest.
Oh, that's not part of the game.
No, I don't like any of them. I used to think Deborah Meaden.
You just don't like
Deborah Meaden was always the one that never fucking invested. She'd just sit there and be like, "Oh, this isn't the right opportunity for me." That's all she would sit there and do all the time. Yeah.
Right.
You had Lumbar one. What's his name?
Peter Jones,
the one with the fancy socks.
6'10".
Yeah, you had him, fancy socks walla. I was like, okay. Then you had Duncan Bannatyne who owned Bannatynes. I was like,
I love Duncan Bannatyne. He goes, he's Scottish guy, isn't he?
Yeah,
Scottish accent. He's brilliant, man.
Scottish.
I liked Theo Fajitas, man. He was good.
Theo Fajitas.
Yeah, Fajitas.
Theo Fajitas.
Greek guy.
Yeah.
Not Fajitas.
That's what people used to call him. Theo Fajitas.
Is that what you call him?
Then you had James Caan, but he spelled Caan Caan. I've never seen that surname. Really I used to think for years it was
softly spoken.
I used to think it was the subtitling was wrong on the BBC for years, but apparently that's how he spells the surname.
It's the same as the actor who played the consigliere in The Godfather.
Okay, I didn't know that.
The guy's real name is something Caan, spelled C-A-N. That's the only other place I've seen it. Yeah, James Caan was really softly spoken, wasn't he?
Very. I feel like now having someone like Stephen Bartlett or Gary Neville on, that works. I get that. I could reason with those guys.
Yeah, I saw that. Is Gary Neville a dragon?
Yeah, he's on as a part-time dragon. Yeah.
Oh, I've got to start watching again, man. I can't imagine Gary Neville as a dragon.
There you go.
That's just.
Who else is on it actually? That's the Dragons Den.
Bartlett. Current dragons.
Dragons Den cast know all of them. I want to know all of them, bro.
There's that Indian guy who does a drink thing.
Drink thing?
Tej Lalvani. Tej Lalvani.
I don't remember him.
Tej Lalvani. He's got that name in it. Tej Lalvani.
Bit of a mad name, that. Yeah, Stephen Bartlett this season. Sarah Davis, don't know who that is. Tulka Sullivan, don't know who that is. Deborah Meaden's back.
Tuka looks like Theo. Yeah.
Okay. Just trying to see the full cast, but it's just not giving me the full one. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, Tej, you're right. Our boy Tej. Yeah, I see him.
Tej Lalvani.
Yeah, Tej. Doug Richard, don't know who that is. Richard Farley, I remember him. Richard Farley. Kelly Hoppin, she was the one who also never invested. Yeah, I remember her. Piers Linney. Yeah.
Do you know who to get on?
Who?
Reuben Singh. Get him.
Reuben Singh.
You know who Reuben Singh is?
No, I don't know who Reuben Singh is.
This is the guy singing in London who matches the star to his Rolls Royce.
Oh, he's a legend.
That dude.
He's a big boy legend, man.
I think I was speaking to Kenny the other day and he's like, yeah, he's got about like 30 Rolls Royces.
Bro, his petrol bill must be insane, man.
This is madness, isn't it? I was like, wow. Oh, pag mein banni aaj meri Rolls Royce kitthe hai.
Yeah, Tej Lalvani. I'm seeing his picture everywhere now. I can't get away from it. There we go.
He looks to me when I saw him. I always think of like Bally Jagpal. It's got Bally Jagpal vibes. Because you see him and he's like, bro, you must be old, but you don't look that old. But you are old.
Well, there you go. Who would you actually go for?
So there you go. Yeah, so for me, I actually really like Peter Jones.
Peter Jones.
I feel like, when I listened to him, I was like,
Yeah, but
just
Karan,
give sound advice.
थोड़ा height की भी problem है. इतना लंबा तुसी इतना छोटा, छोटे. Damn it.
तुसी इन्ने छोटे. Oh, inna lamba, tusi inne shorte.
But you're not a goodie.
It's not. No. It's not about gender. It's just the word.
Oh, so short is feminine. Okay.
Shorte.
Not shorter.
Look, listen, big man. I didn't know Doctor was that small. Or you must be 7 foot tall. I was like, okay, here you go. Same discussion.
I'll take it.
Wait till we come out on the live show. Ask him. I literally thought about it after that picture. You think, we're going to sit down and play. Yes, I'm 5'4". You've seen me now in live, okay? Let's get over that. Let's get on with the conversation. Literally the first thing.
Big personality. Okay, so you would take the lumbar one. Okay.
Peter Jones. Peter Jones.
There you go. Anyway, bringing it back to the point. Horizon scandal, absolutely shit.
Yeah.
I hope they pay people out. I hope too many families weren't impacted. Another deep and darker point, Karen. Those that submitted compensation, a lot of them have actually died because they've been waiting that long for the compensation payout.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. Not good, mate. Not good. All the Desis out there, I'm sure you know someone. Check in on your people, man. See how they were. See if they were impacted by it, because some people did. And as we said, they don't talk about it because that generation never talks about this kind of shit. They keep it all to themselves until literally the last minute where you have to know. Everything's on a need to know basis. That's it. Doctor, you got anything?
That's it.
Nope.
Next week, my friend.
All right, let's round it out for next week. We'll jump into the last segment. Pick up the pace a little bit.
Last segment.
What's happening, Doctor?
You've never done that before.
Thank you.
I'm not sure about it. It's like Scary V. Wadak. With
trying.
Dr. Pepper, what's happening? You've got a couple of different videos on there. I'm not really sure. It's fine. Good. I like that. Keep it fresh. What is happening, man? The other day I came out of the bathroom, man, and I caught myself singing. I like singing, yeah?
Yeah.
It's a raining man. Hallelujah, it's a raining man. Right. And most of the time when you sing, you just sing, right? I stopped and I was like, why the hell are you singing this song?
Yes.
I still, after much journaling, have still not figured out.
I knew. Meno pata
si. I don't know. This is the problem. I was like, bro, why are you singing this song, man? I felt like, Go Bigger She'll Become, when Kareena Kapoor is at that university and she keeps walking around like, it's raining man. She keeps saying it like in some weird accent, like hallelujah, like that. And I was just like, I haven't been watching that. Why am I singing this song? I still don't know, but I thought I wrote it down. I was like, this has to come up in the podcast. It's going to make Indy's day.
That's a song that is historically associated with gay pride.
So I'm married. Shindy.
I know. It's okay. Karan, if you got something to tell us, like, it's cool, big man. It's cool.
I'm very attracted to Shindy.
You need to watch Sex Education, man. There are different words for this kind of attraction feeling you're having. There's so many on there that it is very overwhelming. You watch it, you're like, I didn't know the world had changed this much between when I went to school and when I'm in school now.
I'm not attracted to Indy, although he wears feminine clothes. I'm really not attracted to him.
Filling out my capre, ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Oh, also, can I ask you, what does the word metrosexual mean? I feel like I used to know.
Metrosexual. I don't know. Let's Google it. Metrosexual. I googled this yesterday, actually. Metrosexual.
Yeah, I know why you googled it.
I forgot. Describing a man in an urban post-industrial capitalist culture who is meticulous, scrupulous about his personal style, grooming, and appearance.
Bro, that's a compliment, man. So Indy got called this in one of the comments. Indy's found himself a new little fan now. One of those people that don't have a picture, keeps picking on his ponytail.
It's not a ponytail, but okay. Yeah.
It obviously it's not as a jewel, isn't it? It's man, right?
It's just my jewel at the back. That's it.
Yeah. So actually, metrosexual is quite descriptive to what you are. Actually, you are well.
Sure, bro. Sure. Let's have it.
No, like I mean, genuinely, in that definition, you're well groomed. You take care of yourself. You have a special routine.
I can't.
If you're well groomed or not.
No, I just think I am me. That's it, boss.
Yeah, you're definitely you. And this person,
I am me, boss.
I think this person likes you.
Man,
so to all the people that
you wouldn't let me go loose on this person and make them cry. You were like, okay.
To be fair, I only asked one question. I was like, why? That's all I asked. I was like, why are you starting on Indy? Really nicely. Didn't tell him off.
You said you seem to have some kind of problem.
Personal vendetta.
Yeah, personal vendetta against Indy. Is everything all right?
Any particular reason?
No problem. I'll stop. And I was like,
yeah,
okay.
I was like, didn't expect that. I was like, that easy. I was like, okay, Tika. But all that stuff had come before. Just we might as well share that funny comment. What was the thing you got called?
You said it last week.
Did I? Okay,
I think so.
Fine. We went to LJ.
LJ. I don't know. Let me check. Did you say it last week?
Yeah, I feel like we did.
Thing is, Garen, I can't keep up, man. I've got too much stuff happening around
going
me
on
to
in life.
think about people trolling us,
Yeah, I've got like a baby and you're telling me you got lots of stuff going on. Okay.
Listen, big man. Okay. You got time. Okay. You got time, okay?
I've got pockets
when
of
you
time.
want to. When you want to look at little milestones on the Instagram account, you got time, okay?
I thought I'd beat you there. I was like, oh, man.
You didn't.
Because I'd gone to Instagram.
Play a little game, people.
Took the screenshot. And then didn't look at I didn't check the group. I just posted. I was like, yes, I'm definitely there. Then got there. I was like, no, shit, I'm not there.
Do you want to tell people the game?
You tell them the game.
You tell them the game, man. I'm looking for this.
Sanj is the winner of the game. So
here you go. Last week you called me a lesbian jock. There you go.
LJ.
There you go.
LJ. It's LJ.
Explain the game.
The game is, guys, we, being Sanj, Indy, and I, will look at the follow count on IG, and when it gets close to the next, like, kind of, some 12k to 12.1k, we will all know. Now, Indy and I are quite open about it. We're like, oh, it's on 90 now. There's another 10. It's going to be soon. Sanj, I found out yesterday. What did she say? She chuckled. You said she chuckled, Indy. Chuckled.
Yeah,
that's what you used. And said to you?
I can't remember. What did she say?
Haha, I won't tell Corin.
Oh, yeah. That's it. She chuckled and said, I won't tell Corin that it's the number.
It's close.
It's close. It's like 3 away or something.
Right. And I said, Sanj, I didn't expect that from you. Like, I might have to change teams. I might go to Team Indy, right?
I said,
and then as soon as I said that, Sanj typing came on the screen. Remember, he's a predator, right? I was like, and it all came back. I was like, yep. Reversal.
I'm
flip,
not. I'm not a predator. Okay, let's not do this.
Hi, I'm Indy, and Karen thinks I'm a predator, but I'm not.
That's literally what you think of me. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. We shouldn't go around telling people this. It's not good.
I don't tell anyone else.
You don't tell anyone else except all the listeners of this flipping podcast. You dumb idiot.
You donkey.
You absolute donkey.
If you ever meet Indy in person and you're like, oh, Indy's really cool, just, be careful. That's all I'm going to say.
What do you mean be careful? No, whoa. Do not start doing this. I don't want no accusations at my door. No. Take it back now. Take it back now.
Let me finish the point. Be careful, because if you say hi, this little machar over here is going to be like, you want to speak to me and take a picture? He gets a bit overwhelmed. That's all I'm going to say. So be slow, be gentle with him.
No, I don't get overwhelmed. I'm fine.
Oh, big man, too many followers on it. But you come take pictures.
I didn't act like that at all. I said I'm fine.
Come take pictures, man. Right, relax. Just to be clear, he's not a predator. The reason why we call him a predator is that neither Sanj or I liked Indy particularly in the start, and it was many, many years on when we look back at it. I mean, even as of yesterday and today,
it's called being endearing.
Nah, bro, it's predator mode, man. He's just so long. He's like a rash. I keep telling him. He just does not go away until you just like Tiga, and then he grows on you. Then he's like mitty.
A rash.
Right?
Jesus.
Rash.
Calling me herpes. Fucking hell.
I didn't say which rash, but if you want to be herpes, you can be herpes, right?
Jesus.
So we went on this holiday in October 2020, Lake District. Indy and Sanj, me and Shindy. I said to him, I was like, why did I take that step to go on a couple's holiday with only you? So context, we weren't doing the podcast. And I was there. I was like, I don't understand why.
Because you like me. We're friends.
Yeah, were we that close then? Clearly, but I just can't remember why. But it's just evidence of your predatorial nature, you know? You just get me in these positions, you know?
Relax, man. Relax. Get you in these positions. See, look, you said all that nice shit. Now you just put it back on the table saying all that. Oh, my God. No shame.
Hi, I'm Indy, and I'm not a predator.
Can we just talk about you talking about it's raining men again, please? Jesus Christ.
Oh, shit. My laptop's not in charge. Oh.
How low's the battery? I don't know. Is it going to die? Is it not? Is it going to carry on? I'm surprised. You're in charge now.
Oh, God. This is how much like baby brain I have. You know the mic USB-C? I think I tried to put it in the white dongle. It wasn't connected. I was like, oh, it doesn't go there. It goes straight into the laptop, which then left that free for the charging of the thing. I just didn't put it in until now. And I got the little red, power outlet needed, about to die.
Yes.
So that is all, guys.
Now let's talk about you liking It's Raining Men. Come on. Bring it back to the point. You started this.
No, that's it.
If you're in the closet, it's cool, man. I will still accept you. It's fine. Don't worry.
I just liked the song, clearly. I sang it, stopped myself, and that was it. I thought I'd share it with you guys. So, It's Raining Bande. Me Banda Bandeyan de Naal. Wow, that sounds so much worse than Punjabi.
Yes, it does.
ਪੁੱਤੇ ਗਾਣਾ ਕੀ ਹੈ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਚ ਬਾਬੇ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨਾ ਬੰਦਿਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਮੀਂਹ ਪੈਂਦਾ
That is a double entendre. Okay.
That is this.
That's a triple entendre. All right.
If you go to a club and you're like a sausage fest, right? Punjabi, oh, bande naal ithe meeh penda. That's the phrase now.
Basically, every UK bhangra night to ever exist. Yes.
That's it.
That's it. I'll say my bit. Karan.
Yeah.
New year, new me. I've stopped using Whoop.
Yeah. Yes. You did tell me.
Yes, I miss it.
I think, okay.
I miss
Keep
it.
saying, man. What's up?
I've stopped using it. It's £28 a month. I was like, let's stop. Let's stop for a bit,
Invest that in the podcast. Yeah.
No, just stop for a bit.
Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah.
Try and figure it out.
Everything else for podcast.
I do miss having a soft alarm in the morning though, like a little vibration to wake you up on your leg or your arm.
Wow.
Hey man, don't look at me weird. All fitness devices do this.
Bloody
chill.
Hell. It's a predator.
Fitbits do it. All
vibration on my
Relax,
laptop. No, I don't know what settings you got on me.
Relax, big man. Relax.
Listen. Normal people, आवाज होती है ना, and you wake up. This man, थोड़ी
you know what? Karan. Low key. Low key, Karan. Yeah, low key. You know the sounds on a iPhone. They're all very harsh to wake you up.
Yeah,
they're really like aggressively loud.
Yeah. And
I've been told getting a softer one might be nicer, so I might purchase a soft one for 80 pence on the Apple store just to have a softer sound to wake me up in the morning because they're so aggressive. I actually don't like it. I really don't like it.
Your birthday would have gone by the time we've shot this, so how about I'll record you something in my soft lower tone voice.
Karan, I hear your voice every day, whether it's willingly or unwillingly. I don't want to hear your voice in the morning, first thing when I wake up.
Sanj is going to play to you.
I don't even hear my wife's voice in the morning when I wake up.
Sanj is going to play to you and he'll be like, hello, big man. It's time to get up. Go and be that predator. Yeah.
It's a special place in hell for you.
I know. You want to be there with me, do you?
No, I told you, you're my gateway to heaven, man.
I told you, you need to do the part.
You're meant to do the part for me to get into heaven.
So I can go down there, and then like all the stuff that I've done here and it gets forgiven, innit?
God. Goran, you're ruining the plan. Goran, ruining the plan. God.
Stop it with your naughtiness, okay? Stop it.
Relax yourself. That's it. I'm upset that I haven't got Whoop anymore, man. It's a great app. I miss it so much.
Okay. All right.
I recommend people get it if you can. It will change your life. It will. And then it'll make you feel like you can't come back off it.
That's it. Addict.
So there you go. That's one. The other one is Vinted. Sanj has been emptying out her wardrobe and she put together a bunch of cupboard that needed selling on Vinted. I said to her, okay, I've got some cupboard under the bed I bought brand new a few years ago that I'd never worn. Didn't like them. Pop it on Vinted. Cool. She's done it all. Some people on Vinted are actually thick. Everybody just wants a bargain for the sake of a bargain. It's really annoying to the point where you'll put an item on for £8, unworn, brand new. They're like, offer submitted £5. I'm thinking, just pay the £8. Pay the £8.
It's already good value. £8 is good value. Yeah, exactly.
They're like, no. I need to feel like it's a bargain. And I'm thinking, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I saw someone on Twitter post the other day saying Gymshark t-shirt £6 online. Someone sent an offer for £4. He rejected it. He said, just pay the £6. And the guy said, will you accept £5? He said, no, pay the £6. He said, the shirt's iron, lad. The shirt's crease, lad. I'm going to have to iron it.
It's very interesting what we live in, isn't it?
Just people are weird.
No respect.
Not even respect. It's just everything has to feel like a bargain. So what I'm going to start doing is just jack up the prices of everything. Like any enter name of store, Tesco, whoever the fuck it is, they do it all, jack it up and then give you a club card discount, making you feel like it's the original price. Yeah. I'll just do that. I'll put the price over the top. They'll send me an offer. I'll give them a little bit off, but that's probably the real amount that you're going to sell it for.
And you're winning, isn't it? Everybody wins, isn't it?
Everybody wins. No problem.
Everybody wins. Big man. Good.
That's it.
I like it. Maybe sell
people, if you sell on Vinted, etc., or eBay, any tips, let us know because we've got a lot of cupboard to sell.
If you got any,
very nice.
I mean, ladies out there who want to donate the cupboard to Indy, some more ladies tops.
Not to me. I don't want to do that. Package and postage is quite difficult. Having to store all these boxes, keep them all to one side because you reuse them. All the Amazon boxes, you reuse them all. It's free. It's free package.
Storage is a big problem, isn't it, Indy?
Storage.
Yeah, in the flat.
Why?
Can't have too many things about, can you?
No, I can't.
No. Like drinks.
It's a flat. What do you expect?
Drinks would be a big problem there, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Compared to your flipping 10-bedroom house you have, relax. 10-bedroom house, gated door, 50 acres of land in the back garden.
Gated door. To get to the bedroom, there's a secondary gate.
Exactly. Right?
Guys, if you're ever feeling you want to show some love to Indy, something he'll really appreciate, you send him a case of Neutonic. This guy.
Oh, Neutonic's the shit, man.
Right? This is like real talk, right? This guy will shout you out. He'll love you forever.
I will actually shout you out. However, you would need my address for that, so I don't think that's going to happen. If
so you are willing, drop-off location.
If you are willing to be in the London area and you want to donate a can to me, text me and I'll do a meet and greet to get one off you. You know what? Oh, that shit's amazing.
That's amazing. Yeah, maybe he'll give you a little sip as well.
Thank you.
All right,
cool. Right, people. Have a lovely week. Have a lovely time.
Thank you.
And we will catch you next week. Please like the video. Thank you. Goodbye. Hanji. Thank you guys for watching. Check out the rest of our episodes here and don't forget to subscribe here. We'll see you guys on the next one.